Alright guys, this is part 3 and I just made part 2, but TikTok has like this weird thing. Anyway, besides the point, how I got out. So in part 2 we discovered that I had been a victim of human trafficking. To catch you up, if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, this is not going to make much sense, so go back and watch those first. So I'm in the bathtub and I'm literally about to kill myself, and something tells me, I think I saw him on Messenger, and God like spoke to me and said, you need to call this guy. And so it was my former youth pastor, and I call him and I'm in tears and I'm sobbing and I'm just like, ooh. He's like, whoa, what's going on? And I said, well, and I told him the situation. I told him, that I wanted to die and that I just wanted not to exist. And so he's like talking me down, and he's like, hey, God's not done with you yet. You just gotta keep on keeping on, and try to find a way to escape. And so I said, he said, God is going to give you a way to escape. I'm going to pray about it. You can pray about it, and he will give you a way to escape. So I got to get my comfort pillow for this because it's like really nerve wracking. Anyway, because I know what some of y'all are going to say, because in part 2, I told you about how money can sometimes be an element, because pimps or the people who do this keep you enticed to stay, but it's never a lot of money, and they always usually take it from you. But anyway, I know people are probably going to be like judgy on that part, but it is what it is. I'm not here to please nobody. I don't give a crap what anybody thinks. So I get out of this bathtub and I decide in my head, I'm going to get out of here. Like, my life depends on me getting out of here. Now, Ishmael and Karen had left. And yes, I am using real names. You can look them up. Magnolia Modeling Agency is the front that they go by. But the police are actively looking for them still. And I have my grandmother has copies of like a police report or whatever. She can testify that they did contact her about this situation. So the police say that I was a victim of human trafficking, and that's all that really matters. Anyways, so they had went out to try to find a girl on the street so that I could do like webcam modeling with her. And as I said before in part 2, I was acting like I was okay with the whole situation, because in my head I was trying to earn trust with them. I was trying to earn like trust with them so that I could maybe like sneak away. And so the night before all this happened, I had a overnight guest, and I had went to somebody else's hotel room. That's what they call like an overnight, like an out call. That's the terminology in this world. So I had an out call, and I went there, and I was with the guy or whatever, and he paid me. And so I kept the money, but I texted Ishmael after the fact when I was headed home and said, I think he actually came and got me and dropped me off and then picked me back up at the hotel. I'm not sure exactly how it happened. I don't remember that part, because you might be thinking, why didn't you just run away then? Well, that's a really good question, because I guess I should have, but there's like this element of fear too, because he was telling me that like he had this cousin that was really bad off and like, pimping and all this stuff, and he knew where I was and go find me, and just threats and stuff. So, but I decided I was gonna lie to Ishmael and say that I had lost my debit card, and that the guy had stolen all the money, and that and so I actually told the guy. I told him the situation. And I said, look, if this guy texts you, tell him the truth. Or don't tell him the truth. Tell him that you did. Like, just don't respond. Don't get into it with him or nothing. Don't respond. Don't tell him how much you paid me. Nothing like that, because I'm going to try to get out of the situation. I told the guy that. He said, well, do you need me to take you somewhere? And I was like, no, like, I'm going to do it this way because, I'm scared. Like, I was also scared of the police. So that's why I didn't go to the police. Because I was afraid, because I had been taking money from this situation, that I was like somehow not really a victim, and that they would view me as a prostitute and charge me with that. So, which I was wrong. They didn't actually do that. I'm sorry, I got an Uber order. Hold on one second. Hopefully I don't get another one. Let me go to Uber. So we're back. Sorry. It was only like $4, so I'm not doing that. So anyways, back to what I was saying. I got out and they were out there looking for somebody else. I had lied about the money before, so I had a little bit of cash on me. I think I had like $150 on me because that was like the price, and so cheap. Anyways, I had $150 and I told him that the guy had stole my debit card and the money, and I warned the guy, don't text him back because if you do, I won't be able to escape. And he was actually a really nice guy. He was sweet. And so he didn't text him back, obviously, or Ishmael would have known that was a lie. And so when he went out to look for another girl in the park or wherever they were going, him and Karen both went and they left me there. So after the phone call with Danny, I get up out of the bathtub and I decide I'm going to leave. I had that $150. Somehow, by the grace of God, they didn't go through my wallet like they usually do, because usually they take all my money. Like he's done that several times before that incident and took all the money while I was sleeping. So somehow, I think I actually did hide it though. I think I hid it. I don't think I put that money in my wallet. I think I put the card and the money in my bra. And I was like very secretive. And they didn't go through my bra. They didn't go through like my bra or my panties or anything like that. But I will say that after they left to go get that girl, I realized I had a very short amount of time. So all I did was grab my stuff after I had that suicidal ideation or whatever. I decided, you know what, Danny's the person I was talking to is right. And I am just going to go ahead and leave. So I get all my stuff and I head out the door. And as I'm walking out the door, and I mean, when I say all my stuff, I mean like one bag that had my license and my stuff in it, like my cell phone. And then I left all the other stuff behind. I left all my clothes, everything. I just left. And so I walk out of the hotel room and he's like, hey, where are you going? I said, oh, you remember how I told you that guy stole my debit card? I gotta run. I gotta go ahead and go to Wells Fargo. Well, the Wells Fargo that I was banking with was right by McDonald's, and also it was right by the what's it called? The place that I was being exploited at. So it was right by that hotel. And anyway, as I'm walking out there, they didn't have anybody with them, but they said, oh, okay. Well, are you coming right back? And I said, yeah, I'm coming right back. Miraculously, they let me go. And I think it's because, looking back, I think it's because they were kind of already done with me, like in their heads. Like they didn't really care at that point if I left or not, because they were going to make more money with this other girl. And I think that they said they had met somebody at the park and that they were going to go back and get her in a few minutes. They were just grabbing something from the hotel room. So that was their plan. So I go ahead and I get situated with that, and I go to the McDonald's. And as I see the McDonald's, because my mom, right, she had called because my voice could tell her that something was wrong, and she could just sense it. Like, I come from a family of like really psychic people. Okay, y'all. Sorry, I had to take a short break. So yeah, I get out of the hotel and go to McDonald's, tell this lie about going to Wells Fargo. When I get to McDonald's, and the way I knew to go to McDonald's is because I had called my mom before I left and told her the situation, told her I was going to leave, told her all of it, and she was also psychic. She already knew something was going on, so she had contacted like the police already. And so when I told her everything was going on, she was like, I knew it. And so she called that police officer that she had already contacted and told him, meet me at McDonald's. It's 9:23 on the second counter thing. So I guess I'm going to have to do one more video. So like and follow for part 3 or 4. I'll be back.